Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Aces Crack, Jim Hickey. And to our Breeders' Cup special, as promised. Start the show off today kind of on a very sobering note here with some of the defections. Omar and I were talking a couple episodes back about these horses going down, and unfortunately we've had 4 or 5 just this week, mostly 3-year-olds, breaking down out at Santa Anita, and the euthanization of Practical Move this morning, who going to be one of the favorites, 3-year-old colt, going to run in the Breeders' Cup Mile. But the races must go on, and what we're going to do here today is we're going to go through each Breeders' Cup race horse by horse, give a rundown on what we think of them, and then at the end of the show we'll come back and give our picks. Okay, we're going to start off with the Breeders' Cup Mile, which is race 3 on the day in your racing form, DRF. Number 1, Stage Raider. Stage Raider, 5-year-old horse, nice little horse. He lost to Zozo, though, and I just can't see him. A little bit of speed, but in a Grade 1 race, I don't give him much of a chance. Unfortunately, Practical Move, we already talked about, had a big shot in this race. Thoughts and prayers with the connections of Tim Yak team and the ownership there. Number 3, Cody's Wish. Cody's Wish possibly was going to be the horse of the year. Still maybe. If he wins this race, probably is. Tailed off a little bit here as a 5-year-old. I don't know what happened to him against White Abarrio. White Abarrio ran his eyeballs out that day, and he's going to be running later on in the Classic, probably one of the favorites in that race. But Cody's Wish definitely stick out here. Last year's champion, sentimental choice. He's only won 1 bad race. Gotta like him. He's 10 for 15 lifetime. Sentimental choice, and probably the best horse in the race. Zozo, for some reason there's no works on this horse, Son of Munnings. Never won a Grade 1 race. He's never even been in a Grade 1 race. Lot to not like about him. Too many red flags. He's a no use for me here. Charge It, nice colt. He does like the track. He won at Santa Anita's track. He also likes the mile. They say milers are miles. Milers run good at the mile. I think he's a little bit too slow. The buyer numbers just don't add up. Looks to me to be more of a Grade 2 horse. We'll take a pass here. He did get beat 5.5 lengths by Cody's Wish. As a matter of fact, he lost to Cody's Wish twice. Number 6, Skippy Long Stocking. Nice horse. Bit cheap. Buyer numbers just don't add up. We're going to pass on him. Number 7, Algier, another one that's out of the race, came up not able to run. Another casualty there. Number 8, Charles B. I have no idea what this horse is doing in this race. Broke his maiden for $22,000 over in Dubai. I can't see him at all in this race, so we're going to take a pass on number 8. Number 9, National Treasure. More speed here. This horse won the Preakness, ran a real good race. Buyers, his highest buyer ever was a 98, and that was in the Preakness. He went on to Belmont. He quit, got beat by Arcangelo. I just don't think he's good enough. Cody's Wish looks like a stick out here, but I think we're looking at even money or 4 to 5 at this point. We're going to move on to the next Breeders' Cup race now, race 4. Next race on the card is the filly and Mare Turf. I've been called the Lord of the Lawn a few times, so hopefully I can give you some winners here in the Breeders' and Cup filly and Mare Turf here, 1.25 miles on the downhill turf. Number 1, In Italian. This 5-year-old mare has never really run a bad race. Got beat ahead last time by Gina Romantica. Tons of speed, draws the rail. Chad Brown, Joel Rosario, ran a 104, a 105 buyer. What not to like here? Gonna have to use this horse in exotics. Peter Brandt owns the horse, the Wizard of the Lawn here. Chad Brown, the trainer. always winning Breeders' Cup races. He learned, by the way, from the great Bobby Frankel, one of my favorite trainers ever. Chad Brown was one of his assistants. This horse is going to go to the lead, and it's going to be Catch Me If You Can. Number 2, Warm Heart. This horse comes from the Aidan O'Brien barn. Quick note on the Irish trainers. A lot of them did not make it. In fact, most of them did not. COVID lockdown and out in Ireland. So they didn't make the trip. But Warm Heart, very, very nice horse. He ran, he's won 2 in a row. Got a good chance. His numbers are real, real good. He did win a Grade 1 race. He's got a good shot here. Number 3, Within the Moonlight. His father was Franco. We all know about that horse. This horse is a turf specialist. He can make a run here late, but I don't think he can get up to win against this bunch. Number 4, Moriara. This horse, ridiculous. No shot, no speed, way over his head. Number 5, Win Maryland. Win Maryland, one of those Japanese horses that came over. I was told he didn't ship real well. His last few races is not very good. I just can't see him winning here at all. Number 6, Inspiral. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This horse, another one out of Frankel. Nice horse. He gets Frankie Dettori. He's won 2 races in a row, 2 Grade 1s in a row. He's got a good shot in here. Number 7 is Lindy. 3-year-old has speed, so he could give number 1 in Italian, run for his money early, which won't fare well for an Italian in the late stages of the race. So there is some speed in here to deal with the one will have to deal with, I should say. Number 8, Fev Rover. Again, more trouble for in Italian. This horse has speed, Grade 1 speed. Javier Castellano and Mark Cassie bring this horse ready to go. He's ran 3rd to in Italian once before. We gave him a hard time on the lead in Diana out at Saratoga 4 races back. Very, very quick horse, been working real, real well. And I don't think he can win the race, but it's more trouble for an Italian on the lead. Number 9 is Didia. This horse loves the distance. 9 wins out of 13 starts. Likes the track. 3 out of 4 at Santa Anita, including a 2nd in the other one. So he's never been worse than 2nd with 3 wins at Santa Anita. I think the horse will be about 10, 11 to 1. So good live long shot here. Didia, number 9. Number 10 is McCulloch, another son of Frankel. We all know Galileo, the great Galileo, was the father of Frankel. A good horse, but Chad Brown brings him out there. I don't think he gets Irad. That's a plus, but I don't give him a chance here in a Grade 1 race. We're going to move on to number 11, Lumera Rock. Lumera Rock, ran Grade 1. He couldn't get it done. A nice horse. He ran 2nd to Warm Heart at 1.5 miles. I think the horse is going to prefer likes the soft turf, and at Santa Anita we're not going to get that. It's going to be firm turf, and his running style just doesn't suit Santa Anita's track, I don't think. Number 12, State Occasion. I think he's in there just to round out the field. Definitely not a Grade 1 horse. I don't give him much of a shot. So we'll come back with the winner pick a little bit later in the show. But it's going to be one heck of a race. We're on to race 5 now. Race 5 here is the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint, 7 furlongs. Really, really nice race. Number 1 is Goodnight Olive. This horse, 7 furlongs is a specialist distance, and this horse certainly fits the bill. He's a 7 furlong monster. He lost to the best 7 furlong horse in the world, Echo Zulo. Unfortunately, another one that went down and won't be running. Bullet works at Santa Anita, several of them. Couldn't come into the race any better. Definitely you want to put him in to your exactas. Even have a win shot here. He gets Irad Ortiz, son of Ghost Zapper, who loved this distance. I like this horse a lot. I think he might even be a single, certainly a win bet. Good Night Olive, Chad Brown. Really, really good shot here. Nice horse. Number 2, Clearly Unhinged. He's got some speed too. Second to a horse also in this race called Kirsten Bosch. Nice horse. I think he'll show some speed, but he'll cough it up in the stretch. I don't like his chances here. Number 3 is Ida, son of Munnings. Here we got Bobby Baffert again. This horse loves the track. He was a $500,000 purchase. So they paid a lot of money for this horse. Bob Baffert, horse working very, very well. October 22nd, he did a bullet, 46-4. I would use him in the exotics. I don't think he's a win play here, but definitely use him on the bottom of some of your exactas and tries. Number 4, Materia. Hope I pronounced that one right. I don't know. Lots of red flags on this horse. I think he's over his head. Don't like his chances. Number 5 is Kirstenbach, mentioned a little bit earlier. He's a really nice horse, working really, really well. October 23rd, he ran a 58, 1 out of 39 horses that day. But again, I don't think he can do it. I don't know much about Hector Barrios, except the time I did play him a couple times. He didn't ride very well for me, so we're going to throw him out. Number 6, the Japanese horse, I'm not even going to try to pronounce, something yell. And this horse, I was told, again, didn't travel real well. Never tried the distance. It looks to be more of a grass horse to me. I can't advise this horse. I know they wanted to put him in the turf sprint. Couldn't get him in there, so I think they're just going in because he came on the plane. Number 7 is Society. 440 Tomlinson at the distance and has lived up to that, earning over $600,000 with 3 out of 4 wins at 7 furlongs. The daughter of Gunrunner, Breeders' Cup winner a few years back. Works just okay. Owner, breeder. You got Steve Asmussen. A nice horse. I don't think he can win, but I would use him on the bottom sparingly. Got beat by Goodnight Olive, but he's a nice horse. Number 8, 3 Witches. Absolutely no chance. This horse will be 50-1. Don't give him any chance. He's an optional claimer. Number 9, Gary. He has some speed. Maybe caused some fits early in the race, but he's going to stop, and I think he's outclassed. There you have it. That's the Breeders' Cup Sprint, 7 furlongs, race 5, Saturday in Santa Anita. Okay, we're moving on now to race 6 on your card. That's the Breeders' Cup Mile on the turf. One heck of a race here. A lot of mares going against the boys here. Number 1, though, Cheryl Speed. Nice horse, second last year in this race. You got Johnny V up, one of my favorites. Good works. I don't know if he can win this race, but I certainly wouldn't throw him out. Put him in some of those exotics and should run a big race. Number 2, Gina Romantica. They paid $1 million for this filly, a little more than $1 million. The distance, he's got a 398 buyer at the distance. Lived up to that, earning over $500,000. 3 starts, 2 wins, 1 second. She can really, really run. A 4-year-old filly. Won the Queen Elizabeth. Second in the Beverly D. Likes the distance. Should be a good price. You get Chad Brown at a price. Peter Brandt, of course, one of his main owners. Bullet work on October 23rd. Ran 47-1, 3 out of 106 there. She has beaten the boys before. Ran a 133 mile, which is blasting. Loves the mile. Love this horse. Big shot. Number 3, Casa Greed. This 7-year-old, very nice horse trained by Bill Mott. I don't think Casa Greed at this point in his career is a win contender, but I certainly wouldn't leave him out of the exotics. Nice horse with Billy Mott. You know he's going to send him ready. Number 4, another Japanese horse, Win Carnelian. I don't know about this horse. When he's running the Grade 1 races, hasn't done very well. I don't give him a shot. Probably be about 40-50 to 1. Number 5 is Lucky Score. Another one, no shot. Not sure why he's in the race. $35,000 horse. Ran against Master of the Seas. A decent race, but not here. Number 6 is Maj. This is a 3-year-old, a nice 3-year-old speed horse. But, you know, filly against the boys, running against older horses, 2 big red flags. I can't advise. Number 7, Master of the Hounds. You got Bobby Baffert, who's not known for having grass horses. And this one, not a big fan of Edwin Maldonado in a Grade 1 race. Philip D'Amato, he tries real hard, but I don't even know why this horse really is in the race. Baffert did have the horse. They moved him over to Amato's barn. I don't like his chances. Number 8, Du Jour. This is Bobby Baffert's grass horse, owned by his wife, Natalie. Again, you don't see Baffert with a lot of grass horses. Does like the track, though. Been out of California for a while. He ran huge in his last race, coming up with a 102 buyer in the Grade 2 Del Mar Mile. Real nice race. Beat a nice horse named Exalted. 5-year-old gelding. They paid a good buck for him. 4 out of 9 at the distance. I think this horse has a good shot at hitting the board. Number 9, Astronomer. No hope for this horse. Be 30-40 to 1. I don't like his chances. Number 10 is Songline. Songline, this is a 5-year-old mare coming from Japan. Probably will be one of the favorites, if not the favorites. No workouts to show. The horse, you know, had a long layoff, but she's beaten the boys at the distance, won 3 in a row. Nice times. I give the horse a real good shot to win here. Certainly be in the exotics, and $6 million in 16 starts, winning 7 of them. Number 11 is Kalina, 3-year-old daughter of Frankel. I think she's going to probably be overmatched here. Did win her last race, but I can't see the horse, you know, even hitting the board here. Number 12 is Exalted. Exalted had won 4 races in a row, all graded races. Well, at least the Grade 1, the Shoemaker was, at Santa Anita, at the mile. Got home in 134 flat. Last race, I watched the replay. Got a real bad start, then got boxed in. Made a great run at Du Jour late in the stretch. Had a good excuse. Peter Urton's horse. Not a big fan of Jay Hernandez, but so I watched Jay work Hernandez worked the horse the other day, and the horse worked very nice. Likes the mile. Put him in the exotics, but I don't think he's a win contender. Number 13, More Than Looks. This 3-year-old, I'm not sure why he's in the race. Don't give him much of a shot. Poor Master of the Seas. Very nice Irish horse. Through the outside. Would probably be the favorite if he didn't draw this 14 hole. He looks very good in his works. I've been watching this horse. I saw this horse work live myself. Working really great. The post is just a killer, though. I still think the horse will hit the board. This horse actually beat a horse I like a little bit later on in the turf, called Up to the Mark. And we'll talk more about Up to the Mark later. Master of the Seas, I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I think he's got a shot to win the race. 5-year-old gelding, even with the 14 hole. Buick is a great rider. Charles Appleby's having kind of an off year, but I still give this horse a big shot. Okay, we're on race 7 now, the Breeders' Cup, 1 1/8 Breeders' Cup Distaff. We're going to start out with number 1, of course. Who's Your Filly? Horse worked good. Been to Churchill down, Thomas Amos. Real nice workout last time, October 27th. For weather reasons or for whatever reasons, they stayed over there, just flew out to Santa Anita. The bullet work, but I think the horse is outclassed here. We're not going to use this horse. Number 2, a Mo Ray. This is filly is the daughter of Uncle Mo, also a Grade 1 winner. Flavian Pratt does not take the mount, though, which is a big red flag. He could have had the mount on this horse, didn't take it, so we're going to pass. Number 3, Pretty Mischievous. 3-year-old likes this distance. The horse won the test in the slop, and very tough 3-year-old. I'm going to be using this horse in the exotics. We got a nice price on this horse. Maybe get 10, 11 to 1. Definitely will hit the board, I think. In tough, though, a little bit. Filly, 3-year-old filly going against older horses. Number 4, Idiomatic. Here's the horse everybody's talking about. Speed monster. 2 for 2 at the distance. Doesn't have to have the lead to win. All triple-digit buyers, last 4 races. 2 Grade 1 wins in a row, winning for fun. Catch me if you can. This horse is going to be really tough. I think Idiomatic is a must-use and could win the race very easy. Number 5, Adair Manor. Here we got Bobby Baffert again. Speed, Tomlinson a 4:05, a first and a second. At the distance, going to have to get better, though, in order to beat the likes of Idiomatic. Could hit the board, though. You can never throw Bobby Baffert out at Santa Anita. Number 6, Search Results. Again, more speed. You get Ariad Ortiz, Chad Brown, on the dirt. I don't know. Horse will show some speed. Actually, the horse can, even close sometimes, depending on how the pace sets up. But I can't advise here. I would throw the horse out. Number 7 is Wet Paint. No, I don't give Wet Paint, 3-year-old filly, much of a chance in here against the older horses. Number 8, Randomize. Again, more speed. Joel Rosario has been riding the Chad Brown filly, 3-year-old. He's looking to go elsewhere here in this race, so we're going to pass on Randomize. Number 9, Clairiere. This 5-year-old mare has been around. As we mentioned earlier, a ton of speed in this race. Been a little bit off form. Got beat pretty good last time by the Idiomatic, but if you notice, that race was at Saratoga and in the soup, in other words, the slop. Hasn't run since August. Comes out of the gate with a piano on his back, but she'll be storming down the lane. The race sets up for Clairiere. She's done it before. Grade 1 winner multiple times. I think she's got a big chance, and I like her a lot in this race with all the speed. Was in the distaff last year and barely got beat. Like her chances a lot here. Number 10 is Desert Dawn. Has no chance. Not much speed. Mid-pack runner will be dying in the stretch. Number 11, also La Davidia. Not much hope here. Got crushed by Idiomatic in Search Results. Anyway, we got a lot of speed in this race. 2 standout horses. We'll be giving our pick in a little bit. We're on to race 8 now. My favorite race of all the Breeders' Cup races, the 1.5 mile on the turf. What a race we have here. Let's start out with number 1. 5-year-old Japan horse. I'm going to botch the name. Sharar, we'll call him. This horse has got $8 million in the bank, winner of 4 of 12. I don't know. Last couple races, lightly raced horse. We had a big race against Equinox, but didn't get it done. I'm going to have to pass because there's so many other good races and horses in this race, but it wouldn't shock me. Ernesto, in Too Tough, son of Frankel, 4-year-old colt. Nice little horse, but others look better, so we're going to skip on Ernesto today. We're moving on to number 3, Gold Phoenix. Another one, Nice horse. I'd love to own him, but not in this spot, I don't think. Which brings us to another horse that has broken my heart many times is Bull Shy. I'll be kind and call him Bull Shy Ballet. Um, the firm turf isn't going to help his chances out at Santa Anita. This horse has run some big races, mostly on yielding turf. I know the horse did win big last time out at Saratoga, but that was yielding turf. Won't see any of that out at Santa Anita. Got his butt kicked by King of Steel. Can't advise this horse. Number 5, a nice 3-year-old, Aiden O'Brien. I heard him talking about this horse. I've seen videos of this horse. August Rodin. This is a nice horse. Son of Deep Impact out of a Galileo mare. Loves the 1.5 miles. Nothing not to like about this horse. Maybe being a 3-year-old against older horses. Gets Ryan Moore up. Very, very nice horse. Definitely a win possibility. A lot of people real high on this horse. He just seemed to do everything right. He's getting to take a good ride, but if anybody can do it, because he does come from out of the clouds, it's Ryan Moore. Big shot here for August Rodin. Like him a lot. Number 6 is Get Smokin'. This horse is a little bit cheap. I don't think he's a grade 1 horse. He did get a nice second in Wise Dan at Ellis Park, but this isn't Ellis Park. This is the Breeders' Cup, and will show some speed. I don't like his chances, though. Others look better. Number 7 is Broom. 7-year-old horse tries real hard. I don't think he's good enough here, though. Might, get a couple calls in the race, but I think he's in there just to round out the field. He hasn't been running too well. Number 8, this is America's best shot in a race usually dominated by the Euros. Up to the Mark. I have been playing this horse for the last couple years. He's been running at a mile. Going to try the 1.5 miles. Usually they say a horse trying something for the first time isn't the best idea, but if you look at the Turf Tomlinson, at the distance, we have a 4:31. Yes, he's never tried a 1.5 miles. You got Todd Pletcher in the Ripoli stables up to the Mark. He's won 5 of his last 6 races. Trying a 1.5 miles with that Tomlinson, this is an honest horse. He's going to give it everything he got. I think he's America's best shot. In fact, I think he's going to win the race, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. Love his chances. Number 9, Mostafa. Another Irish horse. This horse, very good chance to win the race. Got Crowley up, been winning grade 1 races. John Gosling, a great Irish trainer. This horse out of Frankel, definitely going to be one of the favorites in the race, if not the favorite. Very nice horse. Did get beat by Equinox, but who hasn't? So Mustafa, he's got a big shot, and we'll talk a little bit about him. But he has 2 Group 1 wins in a row, as you guys can see, and he's going to be very difficult to beat should he handle the Santa Anita turf. Number 10, Adamo, another Irish horse. Intello, son of Galileo again. I think he's in too tough. Probably just came for the plane ride. Don't give him much of a chance in this race. Number 11, I saw this horse, King of Steel. He is one of the biggest horses I've ever seen physically. He is a monster, a huge horse. As Tomlinson hit the distance, just a 282, but 3 out of 3 he's hit the board for almost 800,000. Tries hard every time he runs. He's a 3-year-old, though, against older horses. Not sure he's going to like the firm turf. These Irish horses, they very rarely get to run on firm turf that they're going to see out west at Santa Anita. But you do get Frankie Dettori up. I wouldn't throw him out of the exactas. Very imposing horse, tries hard every time. Use him in your exotics. Number 12, Balladeer. More speed, but he's probably be out there early. I can't see him holding on and being around at the end against this bunch. Number 13, Warlike Goddess. Well, English Channel. I know my son Ryan loves English Channel, who was a Breeders' Cup winner. Son of English Channel, Warlike Goddess. Or actually, she's a mare, but a very, very nice horse. Had been running against the boys, beat the boys last time out. 7 of 10 at the distance, has beaten the boys. Kind of a bad post way out there in the 13 hole. The fast turf, I don't know. We're going to have to find out. But, if you get 12, maybe 15 to 1, you might want to use this horse. Very, very nice mare, rounds out the field. Last race we're going to be doing now is, last but not least, is the $6 million Breeders' Cup Classic. Not the classic we're used to here, but they still got $6 million waiting at the finish line. Again, we're going to start out with number 1, who's not in the race, Arcangelo. I feel bad for Jenna Antonucci. I want to give her, I wasn't so sure about this trainer at first, but she did the right thing by this horse. Very, very sad. Arcangelo is going to be out and going to be retired. Hopefully we'll make it. And, thoughts and prayers. Jenna Antonucci and the Blue Rose Farm did the right thing by the horse. Number 2 is Zandon. I remember Zandon ran in the Derby last year, and you don't usually see Chad Brown with horses running on the dirt, but it's a nice little horse. Doesn't have much speed. You got the grass connections, as I said, with Chad Brown. I just don't see this as a classic horse, though. Ran second to White Abario last time out. Works just okay. I'm going to leave him out. Leads us to number 3, White Abario, which I would have told you 2 weeks ago after I watched him work out, and his race on August 5th was the race of his life. He ran in the Grade 1 Whitney at Saratoga, popped a 110 buyer, sitting just off the pace, and just looked unbeatable with Irad up for, Tyler Gaffione had been riding this horse. Irad got up there, and Irad was just a passenger. The horse ran his eyeballs out, and if he runs back to that race, he's going to be tough to beat. Rick Dutrow, I think a lot of you guys know, served a 10-year suspension. Doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. The one downside to this horse is he's got some feet problems, and but if anybody is a specialist in that, it's Dick Dutrow. He knows how to get a horse ready. I think White Abario is better than ever. Big, big shot here. Number 4, Missed the Cut. Don't know why he's in here. He'll be 40 or 50 to 1. John Sadler, a California trainer, probably just has this horse around, and the owners want to run Lane's End Farm. Get him a horse in a Breeders' Cup, and you never know what's going to happen in a horse race. Number 5, Derma Sataki. Well, he lost to Mage, the Derby winner, who hadn't done much since then, and Mage is also out too, another casualty that didn't make it to this race. I think this horse is a little bit too slow. 3-year-old coming all the way over from Japan. I can't advise in this spot. Number 6 is Saudi Crown. Saudi Crown, horse has a lot of speed. A mile and a quarter, never gone that far. 271 Tomlinson. Will definitely be burning up there up front. May give, some trouble to the 12 horse as far as getting an easy lead. Some decent buyers, but I don't think the horse can get a mile and a quarter. Number 7, Clapton. I wonder if he's named after Eric Clapton. Nothing good to say about this horse unless maybe he can play the guitar, but he's certainly not going to win the Breeders' Cup Classic. Number 8, Yushab Tazaro. This horse, what a physical specimen. If you guys haven't seen this horse, wait till you see him. Screams class. He won the Dubai World Cup 2 back, and he kind of won it for fun, which is scary. He's a 6-year-old horse. The only thing I've seen is he's got some gait issues. They've been working with him all week since he arrived on the grounds in California. Doesn't like the starting gait. That is a concern. The morning line is 4-1. That's going to come down, of course, with some of these scratches. But this horse can run. As a matter of fact, he's won 10 of 30 lifetime and 6 in a row, all graded grade 1 races. So look out here. Definitely a win possibility. The top horse in Japan, he's going to be tough to beat if they get those gate issues settled. Number 9, Senor Buscadar. 5-year-old son out of mine shaft. I don't give him much of a chance. Doesn't have much speed. Don't like his chances. Number 10 is Dreamlike. They paid almost $1 million for this horse. Nice 3-year-old son, a gun runner. Just can't seem to get it right, though. I don't know what they're doing with this horse. He doesn't seem to get well placed. He did run in a grade 2 stakes race as a maiden and ran a good third, but then had to come back in a nice maiden special weight at Saratoga. I don't like the way Todd Pletcher's handled this horse, or maybe the horse has some issues I don't know about, but he's not for me in this field. Number 11, Bright Future. Nice horse. Very nice horse. And, I loved anything John Velasquez gets on. But Javier Castellano could have probably kicking himself right now because he took the mount on Arcangelo in the one horse, and now he's out of a mount. You never know, but I don't think Bright Future can beat this field. Number 12, Arabian Night. Here we go. Bobby Baffert on his home track. This horse is the speed of the speed. The 3-year-old son of Uncle Mo. You got Flavien Prat, one of the best riders in the world. They paid $2.3 million for this horse. Not so sure why he ran bad in the Haskell against another casualty, Go Rocket Ride. But then he did bounce back in the Pacific Classic against older horses and won the race wire to wire. The Buyers, maybe he's not good enough to win here, but with some of these scratches, he's going to get the lead. Bobby Baffert, you can't count him out, especially at Santa Anita. He's got a good shot to win the race. Number 13 is Proxy. Nice horse, but from out there, maybe you hit the board. You want to get him, if you get 15, 20 to 1 on this horse, use him on the bottom in some exotics, and maybe you'll get there. That's it for the Classic, and we're going to give our winning picks. We're going to try to pick 1 or 2 horses in every race. We've gone through all these races. I'm going to give out some of my picks here, and I'll try to go a little bit slow. You can always hit the rewind button if you don't want to take the time to handicap these races yourself. So we're going to start out with race 3. Again, I think we're going to have to, no choice but to go with the favorite here, Cody's Wish. From a practical point of view and an emotional point of view, he looks like the easy winner to me. Race 4. I'm going to give you 3 horses here. I like Warm Heart, number 2, number 6, Inspiral, and we're going to use number 9, Didia. Again, Warm Heart, Inspiral, Didia, 269. I can't split them. One of them are going to have to win, but put some exotics or tries together with those 3. Race 5, we're going to single Goodnight Olive. I love Goodnight Olive in race 5. I think he's a single standout here. Race 6, again, we're going to use 3 horses here. I can't split them again. We're going to take the mare, number 2, Gina Romantica. We talked about this horse, just unbelievable. We've seen mares beat the boys before in this race. So I really like Gina Romantica. I like number 3, Casa Greed. The old-time horse has really got a good shot. And again, I'm going to give Master of the Seas. I think you're going to get a really good price on this class horse because of the 14 hole. So let's take 2, 3, and 14 in race 6. Moving on to race 7. Number 4, Idiomatic. This horse is a monster. He's going to be tough. Very, very tough. I like Idiomatic, number 4. I like number 5, Adair Manor. I think because of all the speed in the race, and I'm looking for a price here, my better play, my win bet, if I had to make one here, would be Clairiere. Clairiere hasn't been running all that well lately, but I think the race sets up for this old mare, and she could close and win it at a good price. So, again, race 7, we got 4, Idiomatic, number 5, Adair Manor, and number 9, Clairiere with a good shot to run him down. My favorite race, again, race 8, the 1.5 mile on the turf. We're gonna put this 3-year-old August Rodin, Aidan O'Brien's horse, in there. Again, I can't find anything wrong with this horse. 3-year-old against the boys may be the only red flag, but she's beaten older horses, or he's beaten older horses before. Love the running style. Loves the 1.5 mile, so we're going to use the Irish bred August Rodin. America's Best Shot, again, we talked about it, up to the mark. I love the horse. I've been betting on this horse for a couple years. Hasn't let me down yet. America's Best Shot. Haven't tried the distance yet, but that Tomlinson speaks for itself. And number 9, Mostafa. He's a class horse. He's going to be there. Very tough to leave him out. So we've got in race 8, the turf 1.5 mile, number 5, August Rodin. Number 8, probably my win bet, up to the mark. I think he's going to win the race. And number 9, Mostafa. Then we're going to move on to the Classic. Kind of got butchered up with some of these scratches. It's kind of sad with these 3-year-olds that were so good and they're out of the race now. I think White Abario might have the foot issue, and Dick Dutro's got this horse on the right track. The workouts were great. His last race was just incredible. As I said, he ran his eyeballs out. So we're going to use him. We're going to use the number 8 horse, the Japanese horse, Uspa Tazaro. And I know better than to leave on the home track Bobby Baffert out on Arabian Night on number 12. I think he can actually clear from out there. Not much speed inside of him. There's going to be catch me if you can. Got the good rider on him. So in the Classic, we're going to go White Abario, number 3, number 8, Ushpat Tuzaro, and of course, we're going to put number 12, Arabian Night in. Thanks, everybody. So those are our picks for Saturday's Breeders' Cup races. I know we ran a little bit long here, but hopefully got some good insight, and I think there could be some good prices on Saturday. Really looking forward to it. Good luck with your picks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And good night and good racing. We'll see you soon.